Have you ever looked at your unwashed dishes, unread emails, or your messy to-do list and thought, why am I like this? You want to get up. You need to move. But instead, you just freeze. And then the shame sets in. Everyone else seems to function, but you're tired, disconnected. You call it laziness. Maybe other people do too. But what if it's not laziness at all? What if your nervous system is doing exactly what it was trained to do? Today on Healing Within, we're unmasking one of the most misunderstood survival responses, the freeze state. And we're asking the question, what if your so-called lack of motivation is actually a sign that your body never stopped protecting you? Let's start here. You are not broken. You are not lazy. You are not weak. You are responding exactly the way a wise, protective nervous system responds when it has no other option. We often hear about fight or flight. That's when the body senses danger and reacts with energy, attack or escape. But there's another response that's less talked about, freeze. And it doesn't look like panic or rage. It looks like nothing. You sit still, scroll aimlessly, stare at the wall. You feel numb, exhausted, blank. But deep down, there's a storm happening under the surface. Dr. Stephen Porges, creator of polyvagal theory, explains it like this. The body responds to cues of danger faster than the mind can interpret them. So if your body detects that action isn't safe, it freezes to protect you. This is an ancient reflex. Animals do it in the wild. Think of a deer caught in headlights. Still, breath slowed, waiting. Not lazy, not stuck, just in survival. Humans do it too, especially when we're overwhelmed, emotionally, mentally, or energetically, and especially when we've lived through trauma. Freeze is what happens when fight and flight aren't options. Maybe you grew up in a household where expressing needs wasn't safe. Maybe you were punished for speaking up. Maybe chaos was so constant your body adapted by going silent. Freeze became your default. Stillness became your safety. So now, as an adult, you face challenges, deadlines, conflicts, responsibilities, and your body reacts not with energy, but with shutdown. Not because you're lazy, but because your nervous system believes the threat is still here. It doesn't distinguish between a yelling parent from 1996 and a late bill in your inbox. It just reacts. Freeze is often misunderstood because it looks like apathy. But inside, there's often a flood of shame. You know what needs to be done. You want to do it. But your body says, it's not safe yet. This creates what trauma specialists call functional freeze. You look fine on the outside, you smile, you show up. But inside, there's a low hum of dread and disconnection. You're exhausted from pretending. And then you beat yourself up for not doing more. But here's the shift. You can't shame your way out of a survival response. You can only safety your way out. Healing the freeze state doesn't start with pushing yourself harder. It starts with understanding, with compassion, with learning how to slowly bring the body back into regulation. Here are a few ways to begin thawing the freeze. Name the state. Say it gently to yourself. I'm in freeze right now. This takes you out of self-blame and into awareness. Soften the edges. Rather than forcing yourself into action, try micro movements. Wiggle your fingers. Touch something soft. Remind your body it's safe to exist here. Co-regulate. Freeze dissolves faster when we're not alone. Reach out. Sit near someone calm. Listen to a gentle voice, music, or nature sounds. Ground the body. Place your feet on the floor. Feel the texture of something near you. Breathe into your belly, not to fix yourself, but to remind your system, we are here. We are okay. Remember, you don't need to do more to be worthy. You don't need to earn rest by first completing a checklist. You don't have to explain why you're tired. Your nervous system knows what it's doing. And when we stop labeling freeze as laziness, we stop waging war on our own bodies. You may still carry a strong inner critic. The voice that says, "Other people manage. Why can't you? You're falling behind. You'll never get your life together." But hear this clearly. That voice is part of the survival pattern. It thinks that criticizing you will motivate you. But healing doesn't come from pressure. It comes from presence. If freeze is your body's way of saying pause, then healing begins when we honor the pause. Let it be okay to rest. Thank you for watching.